Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to a brand new video after a long time. I'm wearing my Chelsea t-shirt, if you can see it till now, yeah. But it's not so happy at Chelsea these days. We'll talk about quite a bit of things because I've not been making videos for the last, 3 weeks or so. So we'll talk about Shaloba, we'll talk about Chile going to Crystal Palace, João Felix, I'm in the situation. And so let's start. Let's start. I'll start with Shaloba because Trev came back from Crystal Palace and because we have certain injuries and also certain players out of form, Disasi going to Aston Villa on a loan move, and now we have Trevor Chaloba, we have Levi Colwell, and we have Toshin with Badiashile and Fofana injured right now. Badiashile might be back by February from injury. So right now the thing is, a lot of people are very happy to see Trev back, because many people think that he was not well treated back in the summer when he was loaned out. But the truth of the matter is, let me talk about it. What I think about the whole situation is Trev, and a lot of people find me emotional, the fact the way that he was treated. But deep down, we all know whether it's Trev, whether it's Colwell, whether it's Toshin, whether it's the rest of the defenders. Our defenders are crap. Right? None of them are really good. None of them are. They're all are inconsistent. All of them are inconsistent. There's not a single player. I mean, more or less, except Cole Palmer and maybe Jadon Sancho. Um, I like Sancho. I mean, rest. I hardly find any Chelsea player who's really consistent. Maybe Kukurea at times, maybe Caicedo at times, but overall, and our defenders and our goalkeeper, especially Sanchez. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about him as well a little later. They are very inconsistent. And so you cannot expect them to be really, really good. You can be very happy about Trev coming back, but you know for a fact that after one match, two matches, he's going to play well. Third match is going to be a problem. And that happened with Man City as well. We saw what happens. And it is true. We need to have really proper defenders. We cannot expect Fofana, who will be out 6 out of 9 months, because he is an injury prone player. It's better not to have him. It's better to sell him off, actually, because he cannot stay fit. He's going to play for 3 months, and for 6 months, he's not going to be there. So we need to have proper, and we cannot rely on Levi Colwell and Trevor Chalobah if we are thinking of winning a title, or at least being in the top 4. That defense is not going to win us anything. That defense is not going to, keep us in the top 4 as well. As simple as that. Toshin, Uncle Tosh, I thought he's good. Especially playing at Fulham, I thought he was a very decent defender. But over here, maybe, I don't know, but maybe he doesn't look that good. He still is a better signing. But we all know our defenders and our goalkeeper, so Sanchez I'm talking about, are extremely, extremely inconsistent. And when Reece James has become inconsistent thanks to all the injuries he has had for the last few years. Malo Gutso was pretty decent last season. I don't know what has happened to him under Maresca. I don't want to talk on Maresca as well. I mean, it's going to be a pretty long video maybe. But this has been a tough things. Our defense, if it was good, we could have been in a much better position. But we know for a fact, none of these guys, I mean, Tuchel is now the English manager. And all of these guys, especially, Trev, Colwell, and Toshin, all three of them English. But I think Toshin might play for one of the Caribbean, countries, and Jamaica. I'm not sure which of these countries, but if he gets to play for England, or maybe I think he's from Nigeria descent, so he might play for Nigeria in the future if he doesn't get a call from England. But like Tuchel is now the English manager, we'll like to wait and see whom he calls. For the next national side match, we'll get to see how many of Trev and Colwell gets to call, because. I really look up to Tuchel, but I think that he really has a good idea of how players should be, and the current location with the players they are right now at Chelsea, they look a little off. We are looking off as a team right now with the last 1.5 months. I don't think either Colwell or Trev is going to get a call up. So anyways, those two are really hiccups. Now coming to Sanchez, I mean, this is all on Maresca. I mean, he keeps on playing on Sanchez for no reason. There is a reason for us to play Jorgensen, and I think he's a better goalkeeper than Sanchez. Sanchez might be good with his feet and all that. I get to hear all these things. But a goalkeeper's main thing is to defend goals and not make errors. Over a period of 20 years as a goalkeeper, you will make errors. You are bound to make some errors, and you are okay with that. I mean, every one of us make errors in all our field, in a personal, whatever work we do. So it's understandable, but it depends on how many errors you make. You can make 5 errors, you can make 15 errors. You cannot make 500 errors and still be a good goalkeeper in them. And the same goes with the refs as well. So, anyways, so I think Sanchez is a big no-no for Chelsea. For right now, Jorgensen should be the guy who should be the Chelsea goalkeeper. There's no need for having Sanchez. And we talk about Kepa as well. Kepa was one of my favorite goalkeepers, one of my favorite players at Chelsea till 2 seasons ago when he went to Real Madrid. I got to hear that he said something like he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. And I guess he still, deep down inside, would not like to play for Chelsea ever because he has a big fat contract, long contract. So we had to still persist with him. But I don't want to see Kepa back. I mean, some people say that Kepa might be the best of the goalkeepers we have right now. But I don't want to see him back. I was a big Kepa fan, but if he had actually said that, because it came out in the media that he said that he doesn't want to play for Chelsea, he has a dream to go to Real Madrid. Obviously, I understand that you're playing for Real Madrid. It's going to be a dream for any player to play for Real Madrid, whoever gets to play Real and Barca, those two clubs. But I feel that it is not exactly the type of thing you should say as a professional, especially when you're under contract with that club. I can understand Courtois saying something like that when he left, but Kepa cannot say something like that. But if he had said it, so anyways, Kepa no. So we either need to get a good goalkeeper, which I doubt Chelsea is going to go, or we have to play Jorgensen. Now let's come back to, it's going to be a long video, I said it. Let's talk about Chile. Chile. Big fan following for Chile all over the world. I know people like Ben Chilwell, I understand. But again, as I was saying with our defenders, most of our defenders, except Kukure, I guess, are inconsistent, and Chile had its past. He was a very good player 2-3 seasons ago. He won the Champions League. He was doing pretty well. But deep down inside, if you like Ben Chilwell or not, he is not the player he used to be. Good to see him going for a loan at least, get some matches. I would really want him to do well. That way he can come back and hopefully we might find the best solution for him. Maybe playing for Chelsea, maybe go some better club, maybe other than better club than Crystal Palace. Not obviously. No, there's no better club than Chelsea at this moment, or any moment in that matter. But I feel that Ben Chilwell needed this. He needed to play. He cannot be sitting around with making money. He needs to go out and play. 18 months to go for the World Cup. He still has a chance to be there. Tuchel is still the manager, is the national team manager. He can just prove himself, and maybe, who knows, he can get into the English lineup. So it's a good thing that he is going there, but I don't think he's Chelsea level at this moment. He has lost his form a lot like Sterling. But you never know. If he can get his renaissance going with his match and he gets a good contract with a different club, with Chelsea, I doubt he's going to be able to do it, but you never know. We thought Trev is not going to make it, but here he is. He's still there. So that is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now let's talk about the main thing. Maresca is a big problem right now at Chelsea, and Felix has to move out of Chelsea. Now, if you're a manager of a big club, the first thing you have to know is deal with the egos. In the dressing room, we'll have big match players. The dressing room will have big players. The dressing room will have big egos. Now, how successful you are a manager depends on how you deal with these egos. It's not about how much you understand football. You can understand football as much as you can be a good coach. You understand, like Frank Lampard. He has a brilliant understanding of football because he was a great footballer. But will it become a great manager? We don't know. I hope he does. He's doing pretty well in Coventry, by the way. I hope he does well. But we don't know. So with Maresca, I feel that he's a very good coach. He understands the game very well. He watches all the videos of the team he's going to play next. But doesn't make him a great manager. You need to understand how to deal with this, all these egos. They all want to play. They're all young. He's going to play for Portugal. Right? He's going to be one of the prime players for Portugal in the next World Cup. And what? You're playing Cole Palmer. You're playing Manueke. And you're not giving him or Christopher Nkunku. And thank God that Nkunku did not go. I mean, he was also on the verge of leaving Chelsea, or maybe on a permanent, which would have been worse. I mean, understand, if you have players like Christopher Nkunku and Felix in your team, you are blessed. You're blessed. I know they might have issues. Every player has issues. Come on, every player. You think there are players out there, players in the past also, they didn't have issues. They also had issues. You as a manager have to know how to deal with that. You cannot say, I can't deal with it, I cannot play this. You have to find the best out of them. You have to find the best out of Felix. You have to find the best out of Christopher Nkunku. Nkunku was scoring goals almost every match. and he's in a situation right now he can't even score goals. I mean, it's total blame on Maresca. Maresca has really let himself down. He has, according to me, I feel lost the dressing room. The players are disinterested, which I feel wrong. And I feel that I can understand the players don't want to play for Maresca, but they need to play for themselves because many of them are English and they have a chance to play for the national side. I know some of the players who are non-English and they are automatic to their national side. Likes of Caicedo and maybe Neto and even Felix on that matter, and a few others also. I mean, Enzo as well. Enzo, yeah, the midfielder. And Kukurea as well. But the English players have a really good chance. The likes of Manueke has a really good chance to making into the English team. With Tuchel as the national team, though he will not be biased or anything. So I feel that the players need to take it on themselves, like Cole Palmer does. He tries to go out and play every match as his best, give his best performance. As the only consistent player other than maybe Jadon Sancho at Chelsea, though Sancho of late has not been played. I understand this is players need to really give up. So even if they don't get along maybe lately with Maresca, they need to play for themselves, and that way they can help Chelsea win some matches and we get into the top four. But I don't know what's going on in the dressing room. It looks like things look really, really bad out there. And I feel that Maresca is at fault here. I mean, understand he's a championship manager, he will take him time, but you cannot have top players and not play them. You need to know that when a player is wanted by a team like Bayern Munich, this player is really valuable. You cannot let that player go. You cannot let, you have to find a solution to play that player, to start that player. Have to give them matches. Same goes with Felix. He's playing for AC Milan. So I'm pretty sure he's going to play Champions League football because Milan is, I don't know, is in the Champions League. So you have a player like that, you let that player go. You need to think as a manager, you need to work on much more than just, football on the ground. You have to work on these players as well. So I feel Maresca has failed in this. I know he's a long contract, and it might not be just Maresca's fault. The directors also have to think. You have signed Felix for what 6 months ago, and now he has gone on a loan. It doesn't make sense. It's a circus out there. I feel that at all for us Chelsea fans, there are good old clubs somehow. We have suffered a lot for the last 2 3 seasons. I hope things get better for us somehow. It's a lucky win against West Ham. I think we were struggling. The game was not good from our end, and we were struggling. And somehow we got those goals done. You know, and but I feel that it was really fortunate, and it will be really tough for us going ahead. We have some easy matches, but we had easy matches during the Christmas and the New Year, and we all know how we fared. So I really don't know how it's going to be. Top four is out of a chance right now. But I really hope and pray something comes good out of this right now and Maresca can turn this around. I highly doubt that's going to be happening, but I hope and pray that that happens. You guys let me know in the comment section about the situation with Trev, Chile, and Yao Felix and Kunku, the Maresca situation. Let me know in the comment section. I like hearing from you guys, and hopefully I can make more videos more often. Now I'm back at my home. I was traveling actually. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.